What? No Q-tips for you. You don't get them. Meow. Hello. Ugh. Slightly different project tonight. Still involving controllers though. Ugh, burp. Bud, are you a burper? A burper cat? What is it? Are you a burper? Hello, everyone. I got some nice, juicy computers in my trunk, but not gonna. Maybe I'll work on those next week. See if any of them still work. Bud, no, get down. There's no. I moved them. Yeah, the vibe coding worked pretty well. Sometimes, though, it can take you down, like, dead ends. Like, you can spend more time trying to, like, troubleshoot the code than it would just take to just write it manually. But a big part of it, I just wanted to kind of see how powerful it was. It was kind of like an experiment. And it is pretty powerful. And it does a good job at doing boring stuff like menus. Oh, I wonder if this is one of the old stuff. So I have my old notebook here with notes and some sort of radioactive raccoon, recycler raccoon. Down, down, down. There's nothing up there. Down. Stop. Stop doing that. Yeah, that can I had something kind of like that happen earlier today. I was working on the Evil Dead game, and I probably spent like an hour tracking down a bug. I don't know. Well, it was probably like the AI autocomplete that did it, but it was like transposing like RGB values. So it had like, it was like RGG. Down, down. You can't be up there. Bad. Go to your home. For years you didn't jump on this table. There's all sorts of Q-tips laying around. He keeps jumping up on the table looking for the box, which I hid. Come on. Bud, are you crashing out? Disaster stream. I fed you dinner. What more do you want? That's what I get for poking holes in plastic with my iron. Yeah, I mean, it would be cool if Bud had a cute puppy friend, but still not really conducive to my lifestyle. Maybe in a few years, I don't know. I'm sure Bud would get super jealous. Bud, are you super jealous? Well, I would hope Bud was getting fed. I mean, he has his automatic cat feeder now. I'm still logging the changes. I think once I'm going to shoot for like 4 weeks of like continuous operation with no power cycles. And once it goes that long, then I think I would trust it for like a weekend or something. So right now it just runs all week and I refill it on the weekends. He gets 1.5 cans a day, so the machine feeds him his full can in the morning. That's the current schedule. Excuse me. Ugh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got 3 Commodore 64s and excuse me, and Apple IIgs. And the Varda battery in the Apple IIgs is intact, so that's good. It didn't leak. The status of the current project or the purpose? All right, yes. So I've done latency testers in the past many times, actually, but I haven't had a lot of time to work on them recently. But one of the guys at Raven was asking about it, and I was like, well, I don't have any builds for this Monday, because I was kind of explaining to him how I was like doing dev work full time. So I figured a game developer would appreciate that. So I was like, so, you know, I could have a window to work on something like this coming Monday, and here we are. Yeah. I've actually done a lot of that in the past. I don't necessarily always talk about it, but they've been used on many, many, many games over the well, now it's been like, gosh, what was the first one? Modern Warfare 2, I think. So that would have been, when did they buy that? 2008. So yeah, it's been quite a long time that I've been doing these. It's actually the first game I ever had a credit on. La, da, 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 da. So what you do is It's kind of like the accessibility mods where basically I'm getting paid to do fine soldering work. So in the case of this controller, I need to attach kind of like a debug plug. And a lot of it's the same as the single-headed controller stuff where I think that's actually why, who was it at the time? Infinity Ward? Yeah. I think they'd seen the because the controller mods, like the accessibility mods, that was before I did the latency testers, so it kind of led to that. Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try and take over the world. One is a genius, the other's insane. Where is that plug? Man, it's been a while since I did one of these. I kind of forgot where some of the parts are. Is it in the old box? No. Not in the old box. Ah, there it is. If you believe that, I'll make you a cheese sandwich. This is Mrs. Buckley's farm. Every spring peas grow there. You really sure you want to say that? So yeah. It's one of these guys. So I take the signals from the controller and I hook it up to this plug, and then it goes into well, then it comes out the bottom of the controller. Typically, well, yeah, this changed though. Yeah, once they got rid of the two plugs. Typically, it would attach here. Yes, they're even better raw. Yeah, so on the front, what is it on the front? Well, here's the pinout. So I have to map this pin out to this plug. So the front of the controller is right bumper, left bumper. Yeah, it is pretty much actually everything from this side. Right bumper, A, X, Y, L, B. Yeah, and the rest of it, the analog triggers, the B button, the rest of it comes from this side. Yeah. See, in the past, when they weren't using the I/O expander, there'd be two of these interconnects, like this, and I'd wire it to those. But the controllers haven't been like that in probably since 2016. Ever since they made the Bluetooth controller. Leftover game badge PCB. Yeah, it's on my GitHub. It's under game badge 3 on BenHeck GitHub. I actually recently updated the files because was writing a driver so I could use this other variant of screen that I had quite a few extras of laying around. I'm trying to remember how I did. Gosh, yeah, it's been a while since I did one of these. I think I like had it fold over or something. Well, if it's like this, so this is like this. So it's like that. So all the connections that go to the first board are on the top. So I could probably, yeah, I probably could wire it like that. Yes. A little A ref comes from the other board. They're even better raw. To prove his mousy worth, will take over the earth. He's Pinky, Pinky and the brain. Every spring peas grow there. Let's see, up, down, left, right. Well, I guess the best way to start would be to... where's my helping hands? I'd probably use this guy too. Yes, so I'd wire this backwards and this way. So this would be A ref here. This would be right bumper. Ugh, this tip got mucked up. And it's all my fault. I did everything wrong. Yeah, I'd have to order some more PCBs because I ran out of the PCB way ones. Yeah, so I basically trying to figure out the pricing to see if I can make sure it's not more expensive than last year. Because last year I think we had like boards donated from PCB way. Then I had like some leftover Picos I got from Spooky. So that was able to keep the cost down. But yeah, I don't know. Ugh. The bigger the glob, the better the job. This is where Mrs. Buckley lives. Ah, the French. Connoisseurs of fine wine, which I drank a lot of before this Shoot. This is my sage. We must have a clean chi in the work area. Ugh. Ah, jeepers creepers. Yes, just yesterday I was poking some 3D prints with this tip. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Hey, multimeter is obviously the correct pronunciation. This is a good time to use all of my leftover wires. Oh, happy little wires. Bud, are you being an obedient kitten? Obedient kitten. Ugh, man, maybe I should switch tips. Okay, so this is upside down, so this would be D right, okay? It's Pinky and the Brain, Pinky and the Brain. One is a genius, the other's insane. To prove his mousy worth, he'll take over the earth. It's Pinky and the Brain, 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 brain. Pico? Oh yeah, isn't it Pico? I don't know. For some reason I always say Pico. I don't know why. Pico, Waiko, why do my flag boy and your flag boy gonna set your flag on fire? Talk about it now. Do 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 do. Oh, that reminds me. Spooky announced their next game. Beetlejuice. I had almost nothing to do with it, but I have played it. It's pretty good. La, da, 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 da. Yeah. Bud, are you making random cat noises? Random cat noises. Random cat noises. La, da, 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 da. So anyway, I got to attach a bunch of... Yeah, gummy bears! Magic and mystery are part of the history, along with the secret of gummy berry juice. All through the forest they sing out in chorus, marching along as the song fills the air. Gummy bears, do-do-do-do-do. That's a way better song than DuckTales. The DuckTales song kind of sucks. Maybe someone on YouTube could do an analysis of that, but nobody remembers gummy bears. Ah, them Beagle boys took all of me gold. Yeah, I don't deal with the licensing for the pinballs. Thankfully, that's not my job. But yeah, like with the Beetlejuice, they obviously had to get all the songs from the soundtrack, and those are all separate. So you have to like deal with what's his face to like get those. I know the guys that did the Big Lebowski Pinball ran into a problem with that. They're like, oh, these songs are in the movie, so that means it's part of the movie license, right? Wrong. I think they end up having like a, like for like the Big Lebowski, they got like a cover band for like the Eagles, for instance. The license restrictions on Evil Dead weren't that bad, so they're pretty easy to work around. But a lot of people are like, "Oh, why don't you have the ball or the eyeball going into the woman's mouth for extra ball?" And it's like, well, of course we thought of that, but like that actress's license wasn't part of the prepackaged deal for Evil Dead 2, so it's like, are we really going to negotiate with that actress just to like have one clip? So stuff like that comes up. Or, you know, your money's obviously better spent, like hiring Bruce Campbell to do custom speech, which was definitely worth the money. I know it was, well, yeah, I won't go into details, but yeah, it's like, it's definitely worth it. But even that is like a lot more expensive than it used to be. Like in the past, it'd be like, what was it, like with the original Terminator 2 pin, like, I think they were going to get a sound alike, but then Arnold was like, oh, that is not many lines. I will do it. I will do it now. Sometimes, yeah, it would be like super cheap, or you just like give them a machine. It's like with the Star Trek Next Gen game, like all of the cast got machines. I remember this one guy I know, John. He had to drill the locks on Brent Spiner's game, and he's like, "Oh, thanks," because of the, yeah, you know, it's like, well, obviously most of those actors aren't pinheads, but he was like, "Oh, thank God, the batteries weren't corroded," you know, because Brent Spiner had it in a storage unit for like 20 years or something like that. Okay, so that's one side. I'm just going to take a look at it up close to make sure it's okay. Well, they did put a microphone on Beetlejuice, so when it's in attract mode, you can actually start the game by saying Beetlejuice 3 times. It's kind of a gimmick, but it does work. It's like one of those things, is like, you know, for the cost of a microphone, you know, why not, right? I remember, it wasn't really an argument, but when we were doing Evil Dead, I'm like, you know, I know lower playfields kind of suck, and they cost a bunch of money, but the way I pitched it was like, it's like getting a wedding videographer. It's like, you're never going to watch the video, but if you don't do it, people are going to be like, why didn't you do it? So I'm like, you know, if you have an Evil Dead game without a seller lower playfield, it's going to be like, why didn't you do it? So they did. It worked out pretty well. Yes, we're gonna send the data back. I think, like, didn't like Stern have like ads in one of their games, or like in the attract mode there was like ads or something? People were like, "Oh." So this would go like this. What a mess. That's the bedroom, but nothing ever happened in there. What a crime. It doesn't seem flush. Yeah, maybe Louis Rossman will make a video about it. Hey everybody. Now even, the pinball machines are spying on you. This game collects your data when you say Beetlejuice 3 times. Come to my town hall where we can talk about it. The Ben Heck and Bud ASMR show? Sure. Bud, are you going to whisper into the camera? That feels pretty flush. Hopefully. Mostly. They mostly come at night. Mostly. They're dead, okay? Uh-oh, I made a clean spot. I'm gonna have to do the whole thing. Nobody calls me that except for my brother, who's dead. I was hanging out with one of my Gen X friends yesterday, and he told me that he's never seen Romancing the Stone, and I'm like, what? What kind of a Gen Xer are you? Stolen valor! It's still rocking back and forth a little bit. How? I thought what is... Oh great, now there's super glue everywhere. Now where's a Q-tip when I need one? This is all your fault, bud. This is why we can't have nice Q-tip things. You will believe a man can use super glue. Oh. What the heck? What the myself? Let's get this out onto a tray. Nice. In another country, that happened here too. Ugh. enemy of good is perfect. They were once men, great kings of men, and they were deceived by Lord Sauron. Oh, something got into my mouth. Oh, Sam. Excuse me. All drug Olympics. What did I say about ethnic slurs? And our final guest on Celebrity Rock and Roll Jeopardy, Sean Connery. Ha ha ha, the day's mine. Riveting stuff, I know. You wrote 3, a combination of 3 and 5. That's not even a real number. Yet. It's Jeff Goldblum's turn, but since he is a human wasteland, we will go to Sean Connery. Ah, I'll play your game, you rogue. All right, so this one is the analog reference, which goes to the upper side. So let's just bend this one over. Bend over. Dolly Parton. That's famous titles, Mr. Connery. Damn! All right, so the next one is right bumper, which is on this side. Ugh, what a mess. What a mess. Ah. I'll take anal bumhole covers for 800. This was the color of the Beatles' White Album. What are the Beatles? That's not how you answer it. No, I don't know who they are. Let's see. X is 22. Okay. So yeah, these go to the same places as the accessibility controllers. It's just, you know, it's just different. Oh God, Jesus. I just gotta like snake my way in there. Snake. It's a giant killer machine called Metal Gear. Metal Gear. Yes, maybe next week we can do Ben's digital basement. Yeah, I heard about that GST, and yeah, I think it's very ironic. Since they're using AI to fake the economy, and it's not green at all. You know what else isn't green? Turning tens of millions of Windows 10 computers into paperweights. Also not green. Da, 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 da. The excitement never ends. Yeah, I'll probably use some hot glue, but I can't do that until I get this, because otherwise I won't be able to. I'll just run out of space. I can maybe use like a little bit right here. Just a, well, it's probably more than I wanted. Elsa Schneider? She's a Nazi! Yeah, she was pretty young in that movie. Wasn't she in like one of the James Bond movies in the 80s as well? This is how we say goodbye in Germany, Dr. Jones. I like the Austrian way better. Junior, you should know that Austria is not that much different than Germany. Didn't I teach you that? Let's see. Elsa, we need you to sleep with both of the Joneses in order to make sure you get all the information. Oh, you mean I have to sleep with Sean Connery and Harrison Ford? All right, I'll do it. Because I'm a Nazi. Well, you know, she never really believed in the Grail. She thought she'd found a prize. I told my friend yesterday, I can't remember how it came up. Oh, I think we were talking about like heart attacks or something, and I mentioned my Uncle Bud, and he was like, I was named after the uncle. Okay, so that's A. So the next one's Y. So you gotta bring Y over like this. Got a lot of fond memories of that uncle. Yeah, I think Harrison Ford isn't all that much younger than Sean Connery either. Like 10 or 11 years, even though he played his son. Sean Connery wasn't that old in that movie. And, you know, it's kind of symbolic because, you know, Indiana Jones was basically an American James Bond movie, because Spielberg wanted to direct a James Bond movie, but they only let British people direct them, so he was like, I'll make my own James Bond movie with hookers and blackjacks, and actually forget about the blackjacks. Okay, so this one is left bumper, so I've got to like snake it under these, I guess, and I like this. Oh man, this just kind of reiterates why I never do any PlayStation stuff, because you figure out how to do this stuff and then PlayStation just makes you do it all over again in some different way, and it sucks. Because they're always changing things. You leave town for a couple of decades and they change everything. A pinball license you've always wanted to do but haven't had the opportunity? I think Futurama would make a good pinball machine. I know Corwin was teasing it on his spooky Discord, which I think is like public Discord. I don't know, maybe Fox has been owned by Disney long enough that it would be less of a hassle to do it, because well, I've talked about this before, but like when, you know, the latest mega merger happens, which is like all the time now, it can put things into limbo. Or it's like, like, yeah. Or even if you've worked with a studio before, like whoever ends up buying Warner Brothers, you know, it's like the person you work with, good chance to lose their jobs because, you know, just fire everyone because of a merger. So that can complicate things. Yeah. Yeah, no, I talked about. I think someone should make a Fifth Element pinball. That would be great. Someone bloody random. Yeah, Sony totally does that. It's ridiculous. Okay, what was this one? This one was. Oh yeah, this one's the right bumper. Okay. Double sure. Yeah, okay, so yeah, now that I've got those wired, I can snake this up here and attach it to the right bumper connector, which is this one. Bada boom, bada bang. Oh yeah, Fifth Element would be great. Yeah, it would probably be a pain in the ass. Well, I don't know what's up with Bruce Willis's estate. But, yeah. Maybe get Gary Oldman. Well, it would probably cost a bleeding fortune to get Gary Oldman to do custom Zorg speech. Although that would be amazing. Lilu Dallas multi-ball. Yeah, she knows it's a multi-ball. Give me the cash. That's what we're gonna say. Like if you didn't put enough quarters in. Yeah, come on, now, give me the cash. It's a very nice hat. You like it? Better let me hold on to this for you. It's a very dangerous gun. Oh wait, can you say gun on YouTube? Evil device that shoots bullets. People get unalived. VeggieTales tube. What comes out of a gun? Injustice. All right, let's see. Left up. That's what this one is. A, B. There is no B or C. Well, that sounds pretty good. Oh, crap. I'm going to have to check my Post-it notes. Oh my god, custom Zorg speech would be amazing. God, Gary Oldman would probably cost a fortune, though. Can't imagine Mila Jovovich would cost very much. There is no A, B, or C. Is it helicopters? That's what I said. Now you know what it feels like to have something long and sharp poked inside of you. Yeah, she knows all about that. All right. Okay, so this is up. Up is above TP14. Okay. So I have to break my muscle memory on this one because obviously it's wired up in a different sequence. Cut the blue wire. They're all gray. Zorg here. A case with 4 stones in it. Not 1 or 2 or 3, but 4. 4 stones. What am I supposed to do with an empty case? You are warriors after all. Leave them 1 crate for the cause. Never like warriors. Too narrow-minded. What's worse? They fight for hopeless causes. Honor. Honor's killed a lot of people. I haven't seen a single one. You know, do like a real warrior would ask about the little red button on the bottom of the gun. Okay, that's TP14. And the next one is left. Left is TP15. So if I cross-reference this to my controller notes, it helps me think about it a little bit better. So we got to bring this one over because we got to watch out for the analog stick. So this one goes over to the TP15 position, which is the circle back here, like that. So really you're just paying me for my soldering skills, just like the controller mods. And my dirty ass soldering iron tip. Oh yeah. Fifth Element had awesome costumes. What's wrong with you? You know what's weird about that movie is like, Chris Rock is so frickin' annoying, but he's not annoying. I don't know how to explain it. It's like he's so annoying that it circles around to being endearing, if that makes any sense. Down is TP44, which is that guy right there. That's a little red button on the bottom of the gun. Bring me the priest. Oh, yeah, he's dead too. Ian Holm. I don't want one position, I want all positions! You know why I think Chris Rock works in that movie is because he's meant to be super frickin' annoying and you're not supposed to like him. It's like, you know, like the hero of the movie thinks he's an annoying douchebag and they don't ask the audience to think anything different than that. Because I think that's the problem with like modern movies. They make these insufferable characters, but they think they expect you to like them. And then they go on Twitter and get pissed when you don't. Whereas Fifth Element, they made a really annoying character, but they don't ask you to like him. And him being annoying and kind of lame is kind of part of the story, and people love it. I mean, he's still annoying, though.
Oh, that movie had an awesome soundtrack too.
You could have an end of ball bonus for how many points are left on your license.
At least 50. You got to learn how to lie better.
The last one is right, which is the first one I soldered on my controllers. So that one goes right here. Excuse me. I might end up making 2 of these, but probably just one tonight. Yeah, I'm not going to make 2 of these tonight. Also, I don't have... Well, I did get the spare controller from... But it's, I don't know. I need to test it. It's not brand new. Did they actually want Prince to be in that? I thought they were just doing like a parody of Prince in that movie. Now all I can think about is the Dave Chappelle Prince. Security! If Luc Besson knew he was annoying. Well, Luc Besson is French, so he probably has a skewed view on what's annoying. But whatever, it worked. I mean, he was supposed to be annoying, that character. Okay, so I think that's everything. I should probably double check the connections. Excuse me. Beep it out. Beep it out. Huh? What? Are my batteries dead? I thought I just charged this thing. Ugh, where's my big screwdriver? Oh, gee willikers. Are these batteries dead? Oh, I'll just test the batteries to see if they have any power with my meter. Oh, damn! How can these batteries not... These guys... How can they... Ah, screw it. I thought these were charged. Alright, I gotta go upstairs and get some double A's.
Hey, look, lady, I only speak 2 languages, English and bad English. There we go. Five hours later. Bam, 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 bam. I don't care about the date and time. Who gives a crap? Okay. A ref. Okay, that's not hooked up. RB. We have the meats. X is this guy. A is this guy. Y is this guy. Huh? Uh-oh. Is that not connected? Happy little clouds. Maybe it wasn't. Should be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it goes. Wait. Great. LB. LBJ. Up. Up is this one. Left is TP15. Rated TP15. Okay. Down is TP44. Okay, and whatever this is this one, I think. Alright, that's good. Boom, boop, 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 boop. Okay, let's see. How did I do this before? I think I did like a full. Oh, there's extra battery. I think I did like a fold over, a comb over. Yeah. Yeah, that would probably work. Oh yeah, I think I remember how. Yeah, I did a fold over and I came out on this side. Okay. All right, so that corner is ground, so I could do that one here. We have a great ground area. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, that doesn't sound very much like much fun, GST. You know, I was going to put like a piece of lead here, but I want it to be somewhat flexible just in case, so I'll use a piece of wire instead. That way, you know, it'll flex instead of breaking. The bow that does not bend will break. Sounds like something Master Splinter would say. I have tried to channel your anger, but more remains. Oh, I have to take a dump. I have always liked Cowabunga.
Right. Yeah, you know what sucks about cat farts? Like, they don't make any noise. So you don't get the funny part of the fart, you just get the smell. It's like the worst of both worlds. That's right. Bud farts. Dun dun dun. Bud, are you a farter? Bud has soldering skills? Yeah. That's probably long enough. And I'm trying to remember exactly how I did this before. This is probably something where like a flat flex circuit would probably help, but just never got around to making one. Oh wait, I don't need that many, it's only 10. Let's see. Lost in Paradise! So tell me, my man, are you nervous in the service? Not really. Unbelievable! I think he's dead, Corbin! Let's see, 10. Actually, it's... No, we already did one, so it's 9, right? Yeah, 'cause it's 10, right? Okay, yeah. I think that's right. Guess we'll find out. You know, in Fifth Element, like Corbin Dallas. Corbin Dallas never actually meets Zorg. They almost meet when they're in the elevator, but they don't actually meet. And then Zorg gets blown up by his own bomb. Oh wait, no, he doesn't get blown up by his own bomb. He gets blown up by the Mondo Shiwin bomb. You don't need a priest, you just need a doctor. Oh, that movie does kind of borrow heavily from heavy metal. I mean, come on. Like the cab driver and like the beautiful woman like falls in his lap. But obviously Fifth Element's better. But it is kind of heavy metal-esque. There's no. I guess. Well, instead of having a locknar, there's stones. Zero stones, zero crates. Where's the robot to pat you on the back, Zorg? Or the children, maybe? Your whole evil empire comes crashing down because of one little cherry. You spared my life, so I'll spare yours. For now. You're a monster, Zorg. I know. So in Fifth Element, do they imply that the moon was the last time the evil came to Earth and then it got stopped? And then it like rotated and then it orbited the Earth? Because when they stop it the second time, it kind of looks like another moon. Also, when they open up the chamber at the end, why isn't that like robot creature in there? Like, did he decompose? Oh, you're right. You saved my life. So I'll spare yours. For now. He kind of like talks like Kira Sedgwick for some reason. I'm Zorg. Think about all the people that made these machines. Technicians, engineers, hundreds of people will be able to go home and feed their kids tonight, thus contributing to the great chain of life. You and I are in the same business after all. Cheers. It's like, what was the point of that creature that's on his desk when he pushes the button and it comes out? Remember that thing? I guess it's so he can pet it, because he's petting it. He pets it later on, right? Maybe he did something else with that creature. You know what? I think I'm going to change this tip. I don't trust it. Don't watch it all day, it'll rot your brain. Bud, did you come from DigiKey? What's this spot on your chin? What's that all about? What is that? That's weird. What is that? Huh. Something. No, that can't be it. What is that? I'll have to examine that later. He's got like 2 black dots under his chin. Kind of weird. Hmm. All right. It's a blunter tip, but it's clean. All right, got my super peepers. Super peepers. I built these earlier in the year. I actually got a lot of my personal projects done this year. I just didn't document hardly any of them. Yeah, it's like 2 black dots under his chin. And there's like and it's like the fur isn't near him. So they look almost like whisker holes. Yeah, that one's not connected properly. Oh, there it is. I don't have any depth perception with these things on. So cats can get zits on their chin? Ah, come on. I'm not sure if this is enough slack. Once I know the connection's okay, I'll
hot glue the bejesus out of it. Like everything else in my life. Oh, come on. I think that's good. Yeah. Kind of sloppy, isn't it? Come here, bud. I'm going to examine you. Ah. Oh. Nope. No. Guess that's not going to work. Bud. What is that? Huh. You cut yourself? I hope it wasn't for that can thing. They look like, it's like two little black dots next to each other. Cats don't like it when you try to touch their jaws. Sorry, bud. Go back to sleep. Bud's like, stop squishing me. Oh, Bud obviously loves to be squished. I don't want to like hot glue it without knowing that the connections are good, so I better test it. Goo tube? What's a goo tube? Well, his last vet checkup, she said that his gums were in good health. And I was like, well, I give him greenies, so I don't know. You'd have to have something pretty catastrophically wrong with your teeth for it to come through your jaw, wouldn't you?
This is for WebMD, bud. Right there. See those two black dots? Oh, are those tubes for from the veterinary shows? Where like they get in the cat and the cat's mad and they feed it a tube of goo? Bud, you will be on GooTube. And you will just don't become unalive on GooTube. Oh God. Forget YouTube. Baby tube. VeggieTales tube. It looks like they're all connected. Maybe I could try to take a photo of it. Come here, bud. Oh, pretty kitty. You're gonna be mad. Oh, poor kitten. Well, maybe I'll ask AI later. Yes, GST, and I was thinking about, I asked AI about it. Apparently you could do a, if you have the YouTube API and the Keem stream, the key, I was thinking it'd be cool, like if there was like a super chats for like $10 or more, I could maybe make it do like a greenies dispenser or something. Maybe a greenies dispenser or something I could just like buy. Or I guess I could just 3D print an Archimedes screw and put a gear motor on it. So, according to ChatGTP, if the YouTube API will show all messages, but it will also show super chats and the amount. So you could probably make it so that would, like for a super chat of $10 or more, it will dispense a treat for Bud. That would be cool for like a charity stream. Okay. So the rest of this is all on this side, I think. Okay. See, it's kind of close there, but the analog stick doesn't go past the PCB, so it should be all right as long as it fits in this way. Yeah, see, the PCB is actually what stops the stick. So the stick doesn't even go all the way. Looks like we're good. Kind of weird taking apart a controller like this. But yeah, I guess I could put these in. This is breaking all of my muscle memory. Oh, you're retiring on New Year's? Nice. Well, that's why I was thinking like it would be like a $10 super chat or more, so it wouldn't be too crazy. And maybe there could be like a limit on how many times it would feed him. Okay. It's been a while since I wired one of these. I gotta. The ADC hooks up to the pulse ADC on the Hall effect sensor. I need to use the restroom. Oh, the camera's on. Okay, so that one. Probably should have wired this before I put it under the magnet. Okay, so I think it's the upper one, or is it the lower one? No, it is the upper one. Okay, so that's the common. So on these controllers, they pulse the power to the Hall effect sensors at 125 hertz. So you can actually use that for sync signal. And then on the newer controller monitors I made, well, they had dual voltage sensors, so the controller monitor generates a reference signal for the analog, which is 1.8 volts on the Xbox and 3.3 volts on the PlayStation 4 and 5. Yep. Only 125 hertz. PlayStation's faster. If you hook up a PlayStation 4 or 5 controller via USB, its polling rate is 250 hertz. Although sometimes the Bluetooth usually transmits faster than that. So like on the USB connection, it sends a data packet every 4 frames, since USB is always 1000 hertz. All right, so that's RT.
Okay, so the next one would be RH, which of course, no, this is right. Yeah, okay, what's the last one? The last one is left vertical, so I should probably go backwards. So the last one is left vertical, which is this. It's probably a little cleaner way of doing it. And then this guy will be, that signal will be there. So we're going to need left vertical, right horizontal, and L3. And same thing here. Right vertical, right horizontal, and then R3. Is that everything? I think so. I'm going to put a little bit of glue here so the ribbon cable won't separate and cause strain. But I will fold it up among itself. Is Karen crying in Costco right now? I don't. Who knows what Karen's up to? Okay, so this is left vertical. No, she's crying in Pizza Ranch. That's where she went. Okay, left horizontal. Try to keep these as flat as possible. Oh no, she missed me. Hey, I had to run them a walk. I had to run someplace and rescue some computers. That's more important than Pizza Ranch. All right, and left 3, L3. Oh, I'm an L3 vertebra. Oh, is Bev doing okay? Yeah, a lot of people have shock collars like for those like perimeter fences and stuff. It's kind of like declawing cats. You know, you wouldn't, go online and say that you did it, but that doesn't mean people still aren't doing it in the world. Not condoning it, I'm just saying, it still happens. Maybe I could make Bud a squish collar. Wait, wouldn't that just be choking? Maybe I shouldn't do that. Yeah, declawing used to be fairly common. It's considered inhumane now. It's because, okay, I guess like if you declaw a cat,
it's effective to like cutting off this knuckle of a human. And the other problem is, if your cat ever like got lost or whatever, it wouldn't be able to catch and kill food. I think that's like actually the main reason that they don't do it. So that the cat would starve to death. Although a lot of stray cats are pretty fat. Karen shock collar for the charity stream, huh? Okay, so that's L3. So the next one is L... Oh, I guess I have one more wire that goes over here. Oops. LT, which is trigger. Alright, so I gotta attach this to the Hall effect sensor on the top side, of course. It has to be the tricky side, because why wouldn't it? Like, I'm sure there's boomers that still declaw their cats. Well, I don't know. I made a machine where my cat eats out of cans. That's probably not considered politically correct either, so your mileage may vary. Maybe it's like Star Trek Next Gen. That was the lowest possible setting. Ow! Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so... Oh, crap. B. Oh, crap. That's... shoot. That's underneath. I think it goes to one of these test points. Yeah, I better double check. Gosh, darn it. Yeah, it's been probably at least a year since I built one of these, so my muscle memory is a bit atrophied. I mean, I have notes, but clearly not enough notes. Oh, Cree, are you talking about the Flabador? Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, this... Oh, I forgot to set this clock back. I was going to say, oh, is that late already? Does that go to a test point? Oh, it's hard to see. Da, da, da. Well, there is a trace. I think I've actually connected to this before, but it'd be better if I could trace it to a test point. Either way, I'll make it work. Where there's a whip, there's a way. It goes above the T and TP 118. That'll work. I shall make it work. I will make it legal. Oh, you want this Jedi stick? I am unarmed. Da, da. I believe this is where B routes into the castellated edge. Yeah, put my peepers back on just to be sure. Right. I don't want to go to war today, but the man with the lash says nay, nay, nay.
Oh, come on, you hippie solder. Solder. Hey everybody, I'm gonna solder. Oh wait, I'm not gonna do that anymore.
I wish Louis Rossman would get black-pilled.
He's too naive. Even now at the end, you do not see the truth. You take the black pill, and you understand why Denver wants to install AI cameras.
I know PPY buses.
Show me. Good enough for government work and hand grenades. All right, what's left? What's my elapsed time? 1 hour, 53 minutes. I don't wanna go to war today, but the man with the lash says nay, nay, nay. See, one of the reasons I like keep track of the time on this stuff is because it's a pay project, so the hours spent is, yeah. So if I can do it in a certain amount of time, then I can be like, oh, I made this much money doing that per hour. Yes, I had my bitchy post about the edited videos, and I'll just say the numbers. Screw it. Like if I'm doing like one of those accessibility controller mods, that's like $125 an hour. This is even more versus like 20K views on a video, which is like $80 to $90. So just like live streaming like pay projects, it's easier, and the thing is I know I'm making money during it because, you know, at the end of the day I'm still a self-employed contractor, so I have to think about that kind of stuff. All right, we're getting close. Okay, so this is R3 because we're going backwards on the list. The man with the lash says, nay, nay, nay. Well, actually, I should probably raise my rates because that's what I was charging before all the massive COVID inflation. But for now, well, I wouldn't raise my rates on like accessibility controllers because they're already like too expensive. But this corporate stuff, you know, pfft, who cares? Oh crap! I did that in the wrong order. That's right vertical next. Oops. Okay, yeah, right vertical. Then R3 is second to last, and then right horizontal is last. Try to keep these as flat as I can. Yeah, Radio Shack was cool. Although if I could like wave a magic wand and bring one store back, I would still pick Bed Bath & Beyond. Oh. I mean, there were many occasions, like when we did the show, that we'd... Because there was a Radio Shack not too far from... Actually, it was not too far from where I live now, because I actually live like a mile from where the first shop was. Yeah, it was the... there's a Radio Shack on South Broadway. It's a little Chase Bank now, but... Actually, there's a Hobby Lobby there, too, and that moved to West Town, so that sucks. And the Mounds Pet Food Warehouse, that was like really close to me, that moved to Easttown. Actually, that moved into the old Bed Bath & Beyond building at Easttown. That should be everything. Yeah, I've thought about it, Thomas. The problem is, like, I think you'd still have to, like, have wire connections, and then you'd have to do even more connections. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens with the hardware, because I still wouldn't be surprised if Xbox, like, dumps their hardware. And yeah, gosh, I don't even know if I'd be able to make these anymore, because unless they kept making the controllers, because Sony they just change their stuff so often. I don't want to go to war today. Let's see, ground. Okay. Right horizontal. R3, right vertical, right trigger, trigger match, right trigger, what, shoot, 6 over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, B button, LT, L3, L horizontal, L vertical. Good. Do it. I was talking to someone that also said that all the Xbox stuff... Or no, wait, who was it? Was it... Oh, I'm trying to remember who it was. Oh, okay, I remember. Yeah, so yeah, I was talking to someone I know, and they also said that they went to look for something at a Target, and there weren't any Xbox games there. I think that was that one guy that's sometimes here. It's either him or Chris, I can't remember. I get these conversations mixed up. It must be early onset dementia. I'm turning into Corbin Dallas. Too soon? Oh yeah, fries was awesome. So they're just asking for the controller itself. Polarity mark. All right. Oh, I wonder if Human Head Studios is still around. Why is this screen so dark? Battery's charging. Oh, there we go. All right, so I need to cut a hole in the bottom, the rear of the case, and then we should be good. Bum, 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 bum. So yeah, this would be compatible with one of the controller monitors. Actually, I have a part over here. Let's see, there's two of them. Yeah, this is what it plugs into. So this does logging and displays the buttons, and also can do automation. But some of the parts were getting kind of hard to find, like the well, also chip shortages. Yeah, actually, is this? Oh, this is a prototype because it's Osh Park. Yeah, see, this. Yeah, I think that, what was it, Teensy 3.6 it used? Those were kind of becoming unobtainium too. Oh wait, this isn't the newest version either, because I think this was all built in. But yeah, some of these I had it rigged up where, this is 2021, so, well, actually, yeah. Yeah, one of these I had, you could actually wire it in such a way that it would work with Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5. But as I mentioned before, the PlayStation 5 controllers are hard to rely on for consistency. All right. We don't want to go to war today. Bud, do you have a derpy face? Are you the derp master? Eyeballing it. Yeah, Bud's doing his derpy face where he's got his mouth slightly open. Because he's dumb, right, Curry? That's what my niece says. She's like, Bud is dumb. Speaking of Zen Master. You're using a knife to make a knife? Do you know a better way? Someone should make an office Bible. It's like, what was it, Paramount? No, not Paramount Plus. Peacock. It's like, you think you can take the office from us? The office will live on in our oral tradition. And Michael said forth unto Jan, "That is a $250 plasma screen you just murdered, babe. Good luck paying me back with your $0 a year salary plus benefits." It is not known where the religion of the office first started. Anthropologists have been studying it for decades. And that one Egyptian archaeologist would come out and be like, "There is no evidence that the office ever existed. I say the office never existed, which means it didn't exist." Yeah. You know the guy I'm talking about. You know of whom I speak. Yeah, so what they do is they buy one of these and they use it for latency testing. And so they can film it with high-speed cameras. And that's why I use a direct drive. It's a direct drive segment. It's a TI LED driver. So these don't use multiplexing. They're all direct driven. The reason for that is because if they film it at a very high frame rate, they can see all the digits solid instead of it being right. So this will actually show the frame time based on the 125 hertz thing. And so this drives the logging, so it logs to the RAM here, but then it can dump to CSV format, and you can record sequences, and then you can play them back and automate them. So that's one of the advantages. So if you want to like have the character jump and shoot their gun, run forward, and then repeat that like a million times without humans, then that way you have perfect testing environments versus humans pushing buttons. And there's also a time of flight sensor, like a light sensor. That was actually John Carmack was the one who suggested that to me. It's like a suction cup thing you put on the screen, and it will actually time of flight from the button press to when. Then in the game engine they'll just make a square change color, so it'll do the time of flight from that. Yeah, and I think actually you can hook up to 8 of those, but I usually just include 1. So that can be used for time trigger events as well. I mean, if I had the time, it would be nice to like rebuild this using like an FPGA maybe, so it'd have even more speed. Even though as is, it's still way faster than any of the engines. Because I think the Teensy runs at like 14,000 hertz. See? Yeah, should be good. Yeah, the kernel is, I can't remember. I want to say it's like 14,000 hertz. It's like infinitely faster than any game engine. So you can, well, again, as I said, it uses the Hall effect sensor voltage edge. I don't know if they do that to save power, but they actually like only power up the Hall effect sensor for like a few milliseconds at 125 hertz. Well, actually, it's not even that long if it's 125 hertz. And so you can use that as a sync edge, and that's what I do. It's interrupt driven. Yeah, and there's like, so you can like put, I can't remember. You can put like scripting. There's like a little scripting language if you want to like program steps for it to repeat, and it can generate CSVs of all the data. There's a bunch of crazy stuff on there. Like the monitor itself has like they're kind of expensive. They have like a what is it? What's it called? Digital. Like it's got like I2C based DACs that actually simulate the analog stick, so it like will override the analog stick values. That's why we have like, that's why I need like the 1. Well, we have the 1.8 volt
for the ADC reference on the Teensy, and it also uses that for the I2C DAX. So basically, it'll create the voltages to simulate the analog stick. So you could do a sequence like run forward, shoot, jump, 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 and then you record that, and then the system will simulate it over and over again. Yeah, that was something that we added in the 2018 version, I want to say. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, well, I was mentioning this to the Raven guy. I was like, up until when I started Evil Dead, I was programming the pinball machines 4 days a week, and so on Monday would be when I would do my other contract work. But then Evil Dead was quite the rush to get done. It was like 10 months, so that's when I started doing the pinball stuff full time. And then it's like, oh, well, when do I do my side projects? And that's when, or one of the reasons I started doing this stuff on Monday nights. Or, well, I mean, I was doing it, but I just like started recording it as a kind of therapy for myself. The 10-bit, they're 8 or 10. I can't remember off the top of my head. I want to say they're 10-bit. I can't remember. I should. Well, that was like 60,000 lines of code ago, so I have a hard time remembering. All right, bud, we're almost done. Oh, what was the elapsed time? 2 hours and 13 minutes? Oh, okay, that's a good hourly rate. Yes, I could be a lawyer. What's today? Today, the 3rd? Yes. No, I don't know John Carmack, but he did buy one of these from me once, many years ago. And he actually did suggest adding a time of flight sensor, so I did, because he's John Carmack. He's infinitely more intelligent than I am. All right. Nice. Didn't he used to build rockets as a hobby? I mean, that dude is crazy smart. I was actually thinking about getting what's it called? The Oculus? No, they don't call it the Oculus anymore. The Meta Quest 3. So I had this crazy idea about making a Star Fox kind of VR game, but I don't know when I'd have the time to do that. Oh, dude, when I got an email from John Carmack, I was like, "Oh my god!" I was so impressed. It's crazy. Where did he go? Didn't he go to Nvidia or something? I know he doesn't work for Facebook anymore. I mean, the thing is that you can have all these these, Kojima or Neil Druckmann, but John Carmack is actually a genius, legit. He's not some artsy fartsy guy. He actually is a brilliant programmer. So that's really impressive. It's like having Mozart email you. Then said game development was harder. I mean, John Carmack's probably actually someone in the game industry who actually would be talented enough to work at NASA or SpaceX. Because that's where the really, really, really good programmers go. What is it? All right, I think I'm gonna button her up here. Oh, I didn't drink any beers. I did actually have a couple left, but oh well. Yep, fast inverse square root. Yep. That was on Quake. That was Quake 1, right? Because Quake required a floating point, which is why you had to run out of the Pentium. IIRC. What is it? Wow, I think, yeah, Bud's timer is going off. No, he did, yes. Oh yeah, do you remember that story? Yeah. No, it was just an email from John Carmack, and it was very professional. He's like, hey, I've seen your latency testers. I would like to order one for, I think it was for Rage. So that was a while ago. But no, yeah. That one time Trent Reznor emailed me, he did say, I'm Trent Reznor from 9-inch, and he had to explain who he was. That was funny. It's like, oh, no, I never heard of you before. Well, I mean, Trent Reznor's not like, he's not like he's Mick Jagger. I mean, come on. All right, well, got this together. I think another one of their studios probably wants another one. Oh, God. Hopefully they don't want a ton of them. I remember like one time Activision talked about buying like, was it Activision or Microsoft talked about like 40 of them, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't do that. Oh, I need to revisit my prices too, because everything else has gone up. So yeah, next week. Well, I don't think I have any more controller orders, so next week, yeah, I might actually do another one of these. I guess we'll see. And then, yeah, I got those 3 Commodore 64s and the 2 GS, so we'll see if they work. I think I still have a new manufactured Commodore 64 power supply, maybe? And the 2GS has an internal power supply, and I have an extra 2GS power supply if that doesn't work, but I have a feeling it'll work. As long as I replace the Varda battery did not leak, so I should probably replace that. I think it's like what is it called? It's an A size battery, not double A. It's like short. All right, whiny wiener. All right, everyone. I'm going to take off, but good talking to you, and I guess we'll see you next Monday. I'm going to try to do these every Monday. So, I mean, there's always something to do. I guess I just don't necessarily always do it for stream, but I guess I can. All right, we'll see you next time, everyone. Listen to you. You want to say goodbye, bud? Are you a whiny wimp? Look how big you are. You're the biggest cat in the world. I'm going to look at your